Movie Holics!
In case you haven't noticed, Suicide Squad has revealed itself. Welcome to Film Feed.
I'm Kyler Wilson.
I'm Monica Kassurg.
Film Feed, mother... So, David Ayer released a photo today of the official Suicide Squad cast in their full makeup.
Full costume, full everything. And people are kind of on the fence about it. It seems that mainly everybody wanted to know what Harley Quinn was going to look like and what Deadshot was going to look like. Ultimately, the reviews are highly mixed. It seems more negative, though, towards the other characters. It just doesn't seem like everybody knows who everybody is.
If you haven't seen the pic, here you go. So look at these people. Do you know who the hell you're looking at? Fanboys, stand down. Stand down, fanboys. I know you know who you're looking at, but to the general people out there, and I'm not gonna lie, man, we're not like the hugest comic book nerds or anything. I've read some comics, I've enjoyed some comics, she's done the same, but I don't really know a whole lot about the Suicide Squad other than I know the generics about the Suicide Squad. I know that it's a gang of misfits that were pretty much bad guys brought in to do the government's work, do things that they didn't want to get their hands dirty in. That's what I know. I look at this picture and it doesn't excite me.
And that's the general consensus. Not many people were excited. A lot of people mistook this photo for a television costume set instead of an actual film set. And also a lot of people say that they just don't look like anybody that they want to watch.
Also, apparently a lot of people seem to believe that the Joker should be in this photo. And right here from Movie Holics, ourselves, brought to you via Film Feed, we're here to tell you, the Joker is not a part of the Suicide Squad. He is in this movie called The Suicide Squad, sure.
Supposedly he's rumored to be the actual bad guy that they will be hunting.
There's been a lot of speculation around that. It is definitely for sure that Jared Leto, tomato, will be in the movie in a fairly big way. What is not so sure is how much of it is going to be directly involved with plot, or is he going to be a sub-character that comes in, so on and so forth. He's not a part of the Suicide Squad. I'm sorry, guys. Get it out of your head. Because the Suicide Squad is supposed to help, theoretically, technically. He is not part of the Suicide Squad. He will never be a part of the Suicide Squad. Ever.
Now, I did have to look up to I wanted to compare the actual DC Comics Suicide Squad with this photo that was released because I don't know much about Suicide Squad myself. So, looking at it, it's hard to find the actual core members because there are so many people in Suicide Squad. None of the costumes look like any of the same thing. And so that's why I had to look them up to find out what their original costumes look like compared to what's in this photo. Sure, they look more tactical, but people seem to want the more resemblance to their original characters. I think Deadshot is probably the only one that people are most pleased with because he has a similar look, but an updated look. It's not exactly the same. People are bitching about the white mask. It's not in this photo, it's in another photo that Will Smith just released with this. But a lot of people are sad-facing about the white mask when the original mask is white. So for all you people saying it should be black, no, because otherwise you'd be complaining, why does he look like another character? So his helmet's supposed to be white.
Down, fanboys! Down! So here's just a kind of generic thing for me, and you guys will see my eyes darting over here because I keep looking at the picture on our monitor. Well, you know what? Before I do that, let me just go through the line of who's in this photo. So you got Slipknot, who is played by a guy named Adam Beach. I have no idea who he is. It's just a generic guy in tactical gear and dreads. I don't know. I've never heard of him in the Batman universe. I've never heard of him.
I haven't either, and I think that's what the big issue
no idea
with
who this guy is.
A lot of people don't know who a lot of
That's a problem.
Are.
If your fans don't know, you're pulling from things people are supposed to know. That's part of the fun. And if you don't, then you have to make it original. It's obviously not original, you know. So
which is what might draw other people that aren't fans because they don't know who these characters are. So they're going to be a fresh take on these people.
But man,
like.
their fan base, like they have a user base just like anybody else, and you have to appeal to that before you ever try to appeal to people who don't care. You got to get the people who have been there since they were, writing the comics back in the freaking 50s. You got to get those people on board first. Once you get them on board, then you can start appealing to people like us who don't really have a whole lot of stake in the Suicide Squad. Moving right along, though, to the right of him, you've got Boomerang. Again, another guy in the DC universe I haven't heard of. Chastise us. Do you know who he is?
I looked him up, and I remember when Suicide Squad was first being talked about, everybody did have concern about Boomerang's outfit because in the comics his outfit is pretty fancy,
flamboyant.
Yeah, it's like it makes me it makes me think of it reminds me of a stewardess but with the man form and a little hat. It looks hilarious actually, with a bunch of white boomerangs on a blue jacket with some light blue pants, and he reminds me of Joker, but more happy.
I'm supposing his power is the use of boomerangs.
Yeah, and his hair is like really...
I have no idea. It's played by a guy named Jai Courtney, who you guys have, if you've seen, you haven't seen the new Terminator yet, obviously, but he's in that. He's Kyle Reese in that movie, and he's John Connor's son. He's Bruce Willis's son in A Good Day to Die Hard. It's like the 5th Die Hard film, I think. He's an action dude, but he's not really, I don't know, he's not really an actor to me.
We'll see what this...
His costume in this, like, he looks like he's got just a black trench coat on. Like, very generic. Again, I'm just not interested. To the right of him, you've got, apparently, the Enchantress, played by...
Cara Delevingne.
Who's apparently a model.
She's a fancy model. She's like Hansel. She's a female Hansel right now, basically.
Never heard of her.
And she's being cast in a whole bunch of stuff just because she's like the it girl right now. So for all you people that don't know, she's like the it girl modeling right now.
No idea. No idea.
Now her costume, all of their costumes are kind of confusing to me simply because when I researched the original ones, they're a bit far from what they actually are supposed to be.
And I'm gonna come to this point here at the end.
She looks like a swamp queen, but in the actual Enchantress looks like a more medieval witch than anything. I guess if you could picture Scarlet Witch but with green.
She definitely looks like she came off the bayou, you know.
She looks swamp.
Well, and again, we'll flash this picture probably several times, but we'll move along since we don't really know a whole lot about her. To the right of her is Flagg. And this is a guy played by Joel Kinnaman, who you guys might know as RoboCop, but we know as a character on a show called The Killing, which is amazing.
I like him.
And he's great in it. That being said, man, his
character
looks like a fucking geek.
I read that his character is fairly generic. He's basically like the only guy that doesn't actually have powers. He's just good at what he does.
He's just like a...
Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. So.
I mean, it seems like most of these people are that way.
And they're supposed to look like.
Yeah. So moving right along. Okay, so right below both Flagg and the Enchantress is a character being called Katana.
AKA Plastique.
Yeah, also known as Plastique. Now, this is played by a woman named Karen Fukuhara. Again, no idea who she is. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to cast like A-list actors in these parts to make the movie work, but if we're talking about like what is getting us excited, I'm not excited. Nothing's exciting me right now. So I have no idea who she is. I've never heard of the character. We did a little research. We can't really find the character.
Really find her.
So you guys tell me.
But then again, DC's site is down, so I guess all y'all are trying to look up these people as I was trying to. But she reminds me of Vega. She looks like Vega.
She does look like Vega. Yeah, she does look like Vega, like a skinny Vega. Anyways, that's all we can tell you. Like, we don't know anything about her. Moving right along. To the right of Flagg, we have Harley Quinn. So this was probably the most anticipated character to be seen, and I'm sorry, it's just I don't care. I don't care. Like she doesn't look like Harley Quinn to me. She looks like a tramp in white makeup. And I'm sorry.
She looks like those teeny boppers nowadays that are emo / goth /
like that's not Harley Quinn to me. I don't know. It's just not Harley Quinn to me.
It's weird. People complained about the blue hair. They didn't like it. People want to see actual tattoos on her legs, not the writings. It's not really clarified exactly what it is on her legs. People didn't like this look overall.
I mean, it's played by a very, very hot woman, like who totally out of makeup. You'd go, yeah, she played Harley Quinn. And it's her name is Margot Robbie. And she was in Wolf of Wall Street. If you guys watch that movie, she plays his wife in the movie, and she's a very, very attractive woman. Again, without makeup, she looks like the animated version of Harley Quinn from the Batman animated series. Like she looks exact. In this picture, not so much. Like she just looks like a freaking streetwalker, like a hooker.
But you guys like that, don't you?
Hey. Yeah.
Not that outfit, but maybe a different one.
Yeah, I'm not down. Anyways.
It's okay. It doesn't. I don't know. I feel like there was so much more costumery that they could have chosen, and I feel like a lot of people noted in comments that she looks half-assed. Like they just slapped her together and was like, "Here she goes."
Yeah, I agree.
People expected more.
Not impressed,
Harley
man.
Quinn.
Not impressed.
And it's not even a hard costume to replicate or even make similar to something.
No.
But I feel like they tried so hard to make her different that it kind of flopped, and people were just like.
Well, and again, I'm about to get into my biggest worry about this film, about the different part. But we'll move along first. Deadshot, played by Will Smith. Everybody's confident in Will Smith's capabilities as an actor.
Yeah.
I still am just very underwhelmed by this picture, though. I can't get over the fact that this picture does not excite me.
It looks like everybody is going to a Halloween party, but couldn't decide what they wanted to wear.
These people could win a Halloween costume contest. You know what I mean? But they don't look like.
They definitely made it easy for future cosplayers to complete these outfits.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can do this with the stuff you've got in your closet.
Like you're already ready to go. You got you're not. Ooh, I'm Slipknot.
Maybe you need to get a trench coat. Like not everybody's got a trench coat.
Your A jacket, your varsity jacket, El Diablo.
El Diablo, which we're coming to. Okay, moving right along. Not a fan of Deadshot's look. Moving along to the two biggest problems for me: Killer Croc and El Diablo. Those are at the far right of the screen. Killer Croc being played by. Sorry, bro. I'm just not gonna be able to say
Adewale.
You guys will know him when you see him.
Yeah, you've seen him in a lot of stuff.
You probably won't recognize him as the Killer Croc, but he was in Lost. He's been in a lot of stuff. He's a great actor. But I can't say his name. It's Adewale Akinwumi Abaje. I'm sorry. I'm not learned in that language. I'm sorry.
As far as costume, like I like how Killer Croc looked in the DC games. I feel like his head is a little bit larger than his body.
So he looks like a Goomba.
Oh, that is the thing.
You guys remember Goombas from Super Mario Brothers?
A reverse Goomba.
It was I'm not talking about the game.
The old school movie.
I'm talking about the movie. John Leguizamo. Like, he looks like a Goomba, man.
Only with a bigger jaw.
So that's a huge issue.
Again, he looks. A lot of people thinks that he should have been CG.
You remember the Thing from the first Fantastic Four? It's like that, but green. I don't know, man. I don't know. Moving right along, and then I'll get to my issue. El Diablo, played by Jay Hernandez. Apparently, this character has some sort of like crazy power.
Wrath powers.
Like, so here's my issue. Those two people do not belong with the rest of these people. This this isn't Christopher Nolan's Batman, and I understand that, but this is a Batman that doesn't have freak mutations and magic, which are what Killer Croc and El Diablo are, and that bugs me.
Oh, you don't like the mixing of fantasy with reality, because
right.
then there's going to be a whole lot of pull.
Because these characters are in the Man of Steel universe.
That's true.
These are the people, like, that's why Ben Affleck's been rumored to be on set of Suicide Squad, because those characters interact in the same world. And you go,
well, Kyler, Superman's in it, why can't Killer Croc?
Because
they're the exception. Superman, Wonder Woman, and a couple others, they're almost the exception, but I think what makes DC is that a lot of their characters don't have actual superpowers. They are
right, and
utility characters.
But I wouldn't be okay with, like, Ra's al Ghul making an appearance in this as the magician that he was, basically. You know, Christopher Nolan's Batman didn't do that. Like, they used Ra's al Ghul, the character, but they didn't use like his being able to come back to life and prevent death and all that stuff. They didn't use any of that.
I think it's their way to really merge in and get people, I don't know, really just pick in there a little bit.
I mean, you like the idea of Killer Croc and El Diablo being in it?
I don't know, because I don't know.
We'll know better with a preview,
That's
obviously.
the biggest thing, is that a lot of people don't know what to expect, because these characters aren't all together throughout the comics. There's a whole lot of different characters. I'm just curious as to how they work.
I'm really interested to see how they're going to bring all of them together without any origins. And for the love of God, if all you give us is an origin story for all of these people, I will boycott DC. I swear to God.
10-minute origin stories for everybody.
Oh,
And then we
would that
all
not
go
be
together,
the worst movie?
Pow, 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 pow. Next one.
That would be the worst film ever made. So it better not be that. That being said, I don't really know how you, like, the only explanation is you just let them be. Like, they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
You just ignore.
And again,
the
I think that's
backstory.
why they chose a lot of these characters and why people are having to look them up, because I think it's going to be a fresh start for a lot of people.
Yeah, but see, with characters that you don't know, you almost do owe an explanation to their backstory. I don't need Harley Quinn's backstory. I know her backstory. I don't need Deadshot's backstory or Killer Croc's backstory. I know their backstories.
You played Arkham Asylum.
Well, I played Arkham Asylum. I watched Batman as a kid. You know, I understand. Like, I read some of the comics as a kid. Like, I know what their origins are. But some of these other characters, I'm going, well, I'm just a bunch of faceless people. That means that theoretically, you're introducing me to a bunch of people I can't invest any emotional time with, which is the point of a film in the first place. It's so that you can invest in the characters. So I'm a little worried about that. All in all, I mean, I'm just straight saying underwhelming, very underwhelming.
I guess I kind of like that they're not as flashy as, like, Avengers.
I would have preferred.
Then again, I feel like there's not a. I guess they're trying really hard to make them like normal people.
I would have preferred 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I would have preferred 9 individual mugshots with little bios released. I would have preferred that over and above this generic, like, oh, we're a group.
We just got out of school. We're going out.
You know, it's just very, and God, that Letterman jacket. What is with that freaking Letterman jacket?
Mexican ethnic. What is the style in California?
Do they wear high school jackets?
They wear a lot of different things. It's either they wear the jackets, and he was a part of a gang.
I don't think, if I have any gang members out there who would like to comment.
You gave me the eyeball when I was saying Mexican, and now you're saying gang members.
You said gang.
He is a part of a gang.
And I'm saying, if I've got any gang members out there who wear Letterman jackets and you feel comfortable enough to let us know that, yes, that is the style, please comment in the comment section below.
I honestly don't even remember what his outfit was in the comic book.
I don't either, but I bet it wasn't a Letterman jacket. Anyways, that's Film Feed for the day.
Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more, hear more. Comment below, correct us if we're wrong, give us your input.
Because we don't know. We don't know. We're speculating. We're speculating based off of pictures.
Everybody's speculating.
I'm sure that we've got a few Suicide Squad historians out there who can elaborate a little bit on this
Please
stuff.
do.
So yeah, there's a comment section. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button.
Hit us up on Facebook and Twitter as well.
Share us with your mama. Share us with your daddy. She said Facebook and Twitter already. Do all that stuff, and everything is gonna go well for everybody. Cool?
Clear it up, and we'll be glad to redo whatever.
All right, right
Love
here.
you, bye.
Come on, let's give him a high five. High five, high five, high five, everybody.